Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my presentation video. I am Azminatul Alfay Rohmah from English Education 2018. Now allow me to express my gratitude to the Honorable Mr. Ahmad Munir S.Pd M.Ed Ph.D. as my supervisor, and Ma'am Wiwiet Savitri S.Pd M.Pd, and also Mr. Asrori S.S.M. as the examiners. The objective of this presentation video is to explain about my research proposal titled The Use of TED Talks Videos for Learning Public Speaking by English Department Students. Let me move to the rationales of the study. The first rationale is stated by Bacon and Feynman in 1990 and also Lyontas in 1992. They stated that authentic materials are the materials from the natives which are beneficial in providing content-rich samples and natural from the target language. Then, in 2006, Ure stated that speaking is an essential skill because the learners needed to grasp how to use the target language like the natives. And then Vasilov in 2016 found that the biggest advantage that can be obtained in TED Talks is in the speaker who share their own personal and motivational speech, ideas, experiences to their audiences. Then, the researcher feel interested to study about TED Talks for learning public speaking just because the students are required to make use of learning resources and idea to possess knowledge and technique in public speaking properly, since according to BCO of English Department of one of the universities in Surabaya, the students are required to make use of learning resources-based IT to possess knowledge about public speaking. Then, some of previous studies for the use of TED Talks video, like the studies done by Aleles in 2016, Arifin in 2019, and also Arifin in 2020, found that TED Talks videos is beneficial in improving the FL learners or representation skills, but the gap is we still do not know how the FL learners experience on how they make use of TED Talks for learning in public speaking class. Therefore, this study will investigate the English department students' experience in using TED Talks for learning to speak in public and how they make use of the TED Talks videos in public speaking class. From the rationale and research gap, the researchers formulate three research questions. With the first is, what kind of TED Talks videos do English department students use for learning to speak in public speaking class? The second is, how do the English department students make use of TED Talks videos for learning to speak in public speaking class? And the third is, what public speaking skill aspect the English department students learned by using TED Talks videos? From the research question, there are also three objectives of the study. The first objective is to find out the kind of TED Talks videos the English department students use for learning to speak in public speaking class. The second is to explain how two English department students make use of TED Talks videos for learning to speak in public speaking class. And the third is to find out public speaking skill aspect the English department students learned by using TED Talks videos. The significances of this study can be seen in, with the first is practical and the second is theoretical. In practical, for the student, the study expected can promote the use of TED Talks videos for learning public speaking. And for the teacher, the study expected to give insight in the use of TED Talks as authentic material for teaching public speaking. And theoretically, the study expected can be used in strengthening authentic input for learning English language acquisition. Okay, dear ladies and gentlemen, let me move to the key topics of literature review. The first, let's talk about TED Talks. TED or Technology Entertainment Design Talk refer to the series of enlightening, educative, and inspiring talks which provide the audience the motivational speech on the stage since 1984 with the slogan Ideas Worth Reading. Aleles and Hall in 2016 stated that TED Talks were admitted in inspiring the learners to deliver good public speaking since the speaker have good competencies in their field. In 2015, Lee et al. Found TED Talks videos provide authentic role model to enhance gesture and nonverbal as one of the skills in speaking. In Anderson in 2016, in his book titled TED Talks, The Official Guide to Public Speaking, he stated that the speakers in TED Talks are considered as capable speakers since they have an idea of worth sharing, as their idea is ideas worth reading to give a powerful talk. and A et al. In 2018 found that TED Talk is considered as a platform where interesting videos about topics that are spoken by special spokesperson in an authentic and natural way can be accessed by everyone. Then, about public speaking. According to Brown and Lee in 2015, public speaking is considered as extensive type of speaking because it allows the students to give extended monologue in the form of oral reports, summaries, or perhaps short speeches. And then according to Korompot and Jabu in 2019, in learning extensive speaking, one of which is speaking in public or public speaking, the students are required in having access in speaking materials outside of the classroom using modern technology. And according to basic course offline of one of universities in Surabaya, where the study is conducted, public speaking is considered as one of mandatory courses that should be programmed by the students, with purpose to help the students prepare and deliver extemporaneous and impromptu speaking and speaking for special occasion speech. Then, aspect of public speaking, according to Lee et al. In 2015, there are 5 aspects, which the first is topic of selections, second is valuable language input resources, the third is assimilation in language learning, the fourth is imitations, the fifth is self-evaluation and feedback. So if the students want to master how to speak in front of public properly, the skills are essentials to be mastered by the students, since public speaking is not only how the speaker speaks, but also how the speaker influences the audience using proper movement and powerful speech. Then, about ways to learn public speaking, that is stated by Adler and Atterbeck in 2017. The most successful model for teaching public speaking relies on a mixed instructions, imitation, and also practice. And then varieties of speech, that is also stated by Adler and Atterbeck in 2017. There are 3 varieties of speech, with the first is informative speech, then persuasive speech, and the next is special occasion speech. Okay, research methods. The researcher will implement case study as the part of qualitative research to investigate about the students' experience in using of TED Talks videos for learning public speaking. The setting and subject of the study. The study will be conducted in English education and English literature majors that belong to one of universities in Surabaya. Okay, the next is about subject of the study. The researcher will target 50 participants or 50 subjects of the study, and the nature of the subject of the study is voluntary participants. Then, in data on source of the data and source of the data will be obtained from the students' answer on semi-open-ended questionnaire and semi-structured interview toward the use of TED Talks videos for learning to speak in public speaking class, and also the students' public speaking short video performance. Okay, next, about research instruments. Here, the researcher will use 2 research instruments. The first is semi-open-ended questionnaires that will utilize Google Form, and the second is semi-structured interview that will utilize interview guidelines. And in Google Form, there will be 11 questions. All of the questions are derived from the research questions and purpose to answer the research questions. The semi-open-ended questionnaire can be accessed through the link uneso.me/TED Talks videos for learning public speaking. And the interview guidelines or semi-structured interview here can be used to make validations and to follow up about the student's answer of the Google form. The first step that will be done by the researcher in collecting the data is the researcher will deliver the questionnaire through WhatsApp platform, and the second, the researcher will contact the participant to collect their short video performance of public speaking, and the third, the researcher will contacting the participant to do interview session. In data analysis, in analyzing questionnaire data, the researcher will determine and categorize the question of the questionnaires. And the second, the researcher will familiarize and organizing the data in the form of table and use highlight to organize the data. And then after familiarizing and organizing the data, the researcher will reduce the data that are not relevant of the research question. Then in analyzing the interview data, the researcher will transcribe the record of interview sessions, and then the researcher will read the questionnaire data to find the correlation between questionnaire data and interview data. The third, the researcher will familiarize and organizing the data, and the same treatment of question data will be implemented in interview data. And the fourth is reducing the data that are not relevant. Then, after the researcher analyze questionnaire data and also interview data, the researcher will interpret the data in the form of sentences in the result and discussion part of the research. Okay, dear ladies and gentlemen, as we are going to the end of the presentations, I'm Azminatul Alfay Rohmah. Say thank you very much for your nice attention and see you.